Everything changed when Dad dropped the bomb. "Alex, you can't celebrate your birthday this year. It's not happening." His words hit like a slap, cold and final, as he sat at the kitchen table, not even looking up from his newspaper. Mom had passed away 5 years earlier in a car accident, and Dad had been distant ever since, burying himself in work as a mechanic. But this, forbidding my birthday, it didn't make sense. Curiosity sparked immediately. What was he hiding? Why now when I had been planning a small party with my best friends? The emotional weight crushed me. Birthdays were my one day to feel like Mom was still around. She'd always made them magical with homemade decorations and her famous chocolate cake. Without her, they were already bittersweet, but Dad's rule turned it into pure heartache. I begged him to explain, tears welling up. "Is it money? We can keep it cheap." But he just shook his head, muttering, "It's for the best." End of discussion. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling abandoned all over again. Why would a father deny his only son such a simple joy? The curiosity gnawed at me, like a puzzle I couldn't solve. School friends noticed my gloom. "Dude, what's up? No party invites?" I'd shrug it off, but inside, resentment built. Dad started acting weirder, locking his study door, taking hushed phone calls late at night. One evening, I overheard him on the phone. "Yeah, the date's approaching. Can't risk it." Risk what? My heart raced. Was he in trouble, debt, or something darker? Driven by curiosity, I decided to snoop. While he was at the garage, I picked the lock on his study, a skill I'd learned from online videos out of boredom. Inside, drawers were stuffed with old letters and photos. One envelope caught my eye, postmarked from a town I'd never heard of, with a faded picture of a woman who looked eerily like Mom, but younger. Digging deeper, I found bank statements showing mysterious transfers, thousands of dollars to an account in that same town. My stomach twisted. Was Dad hiding a secret family? An affair? The emotional betrayal stung. Mom's memory felt tainted. I pocketed a few clues and confronted my best friend Jamie, who was tech-savvy. "Help me figure this out," I pleaded. We hacked into Dad's old email, using a forgotten password hint, Mom's made-it name, and what we uncovered flipped my world. Emails from years ago revealed Dad had a half-sister he never mentioned, Aunt Clara, living in secrecy because of some family scandal. But the real shocker? My birthday fell on the anniversary of a tragic event. Turns out, Dad had been involved in a hit-and-run accident on that exact date, years before I was born. The victim? Clara's husband. Dad had covered it up, paying hush money to avoid jail, and Clara had been blackmailing him ever since. The pieces clicked. Dad forbade the celebration to avoid drawing attention, fearing I'd ask questions or that a party might jog old memories. But why hide it from me? Curiosity turned to rage. He'd let guilt poison our lives, pretending to be the grieving widower while carrying this burden. The emotional flood was overwhelming. I felt lied to, robbed of a normal childhood. Mom had known and forgiven him, but died before resolving it. Now it was up to me.
Revenge brewed slowly, fueled by hurt. I didn't want to destroy him, just make him face the truth. I contacted Aunt Clara anonymously via a burner email, posing as a reporter investigating old cases. She spilled everything. Dad's accident wasn't intentional, but his cover-up had ruined her life, leading to her demands for money. With her confession recorded, ethically, through a voice app, I had leverage. On my forbidden birthday, I invited Dad to a quiet dinner, just us. As we sat down, I slid the evidence across the table. "Happy birthday to me, Dad," or should I say, anniversary of your secret. His face crumpled, tears flowing as he confessed everything, the guilt eating him alive, how he'd pushed me away to protect me from his shame. The emotional release was raw. We both cried, hugging for the first time in years. But I wasn't done. For revenge, I made him agree to stop the payments and come clean to the authorities. It turned out the statute of limitations had passed, but he donated the hush fund to a road safety charity in Mom's name. Clara, exposed, backed off when I threatened to go public with her blackmail scheme. She even apologized, revealing family photos that showed Mom and her as close sisters before the rift. The plot twist? In the emails, I discovered Dad had been saving extra money not for Clara, but for a surprise college fund for me, hidden to avoid her claims. His forbidding the birthday was misguided protection, but it stemmed from love buried under layers of regret. We celebrated belatedly, with friends and even Clara joining virtually. The curiosity that started it all led to healing, turning betrayal into bonding. Today at 18, Dad and I are tighter than ever. He's in therapy, and we've started a tradition of honest talks. If there's a lesson, it's that secrets fester, but truth, even painful, can set you free. Don't let curiosity die. Let it drive you to redemption.